All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. So yeah, this is another episode of my Emerald 100% Dex series. We took. Sorry about that. Somebody was calling me, and I don't even know the number. But anyways, as I was saying, guys, we took a little break because we kind of needed it. At this point, I don't know if like you go back and watch the other videos, but we've been recording pretty long episodes, like hour 20 minutes. And I like dished out a bunch of episodes at once. This is episode 9, so there's 8 more episodes before this. And I figured, I don't want to burn myself out midway through this project, so I started playing, something else. But this is a Pokemon channel, so we're not going to talk about any other game but Pokemon. Speaking of Pokemon, we are back. Like I said, episode 9. Let me see, 1 second. I'm just making sure everything is good to go, which I think it is. But yeah, we've been getting the hang of, collecting our badges, capturing Pokemon. It was a little tricky at first because you kind of have to get the rhythm of advancing through the game, but also like capturing Pokemon at the same time. But we've been doing good. I'd say we've been doing real good. With the exception of Volbeat. So just a quick recap. We have yet to advance from Mauville City. And that's because we need one more encounter here, and that's Volbeat. Volbeat's a 1% encounter. It's a Pokemon we don't plan on using. It's pretty useless, to be honest. But one of the coolest things about it here in Pokemon Emerald is that it's very hard to find. Oftentimes I come across it when I don't need it or when I'm not looking for it. But when you're trying to find a Volbeat, it's very hard, I feel like. So let me rework our team because I was doing some off-screen training just to catch some Pokemon up. And also to prepare for evolutions pretty soon. So one thing I realized is I got a lot of Pokemon to evolve. So mainly for the Pokédex entries, really. I only plan on using a very select few Pokemon throughout the game itself. But of course, if we're gonna capture all the entries in our Pokédex, we have to evolve all of our Pokemon. So I've been tackling that mission off screen. I figured I didn't want to bore you guys with just like mindless training. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. Maybe I can do like a training stream. Yeah, something like that would be pretty chill, I feel like. I have fun doing it, but I just don't know how entertaining it would be for you guys. But okay, let's put together our team. I think we're just gonna advance. We're gonna come back for Volbeat. We're gonna advance and just complete some storyline. I think we're gonna advance through the story, and at the end of the episode, we'll go back and try to capture any encounters that we can. I think that's a solid plan. I kind of like that. So as you guys can see, we're about to fill up our first box. We have like 2 more Pokemon, and this one is full. We'll probably fill up like this one too, this one, just to give you guys an idea. we got a lot more to go, but anyways, who do we want to take again? Let me see. So we're for sure gonna take oh, okay, here we go. This is my team right here. It's good to know that I separated them from the rest. So yeah, this is my team. Of course, Combuskin, Meryl, Geodude, Electrike. This is one of our newest additions. I'm pretty skeptical about him. We might replace him. I just really like the evolution of this. Design-wise, it's one of the coolest ones. I think the developers really improved on this. I don't know what you would call it, but like the electric dog type. I think in the next generation in Diamond and Pearl they introduce another electric type. That one has 3 evolutions. But the design of that Pokemon I feel like is the best. Like the best design for a non-legendary. But Electrike is also up there. I would say like maybe top 5 for designs. Pretty useful Pokemon too. I mean, very fast, hits hard, special attack wise. But really, I'm kind of banking on its speed. That's usually what I use this Pokemon for. If you do some EV training for it, make sure you do some speed. It will be going first because this Pokemon is really fast. Probably not the fastest, but in terms of electric type Pokemon, one of the fastest. Okay, yeah, and I think we're good to go here. I'm gonna see if there's any items I can equip before we leave, which I don't think there is. I'm just gonna check really quick. But yeah, in the last couple of episodes, we managed to get our 3rd gym badge. We prepared really good. The battle itself wasn't difficult at all. We did have our Geodude, which provided immunity towards electric attacks. What am I doing? Move items. So yeah, we have that on Zubat because I figured in order to get Crobat, you have to work on friendship. So I kind of wanted to get a head start on that. But we put that on pause for now. Okay, so we're good to go actually. I guess real quick, a couple of notes about our team is we have Geodude and Meryl that are going to help us greatly in the next gym battle. We're going to be taking on Flannery. She's the fire type gym in this region. She has a very killer Torkoal. Torkoal is very bulky, tanky. I think it knows the move Curse, which is a setup move, and if we don't play our cards right, that Pokemon can basically sweep our whole team. So I think Geodude and Meryl are going to help us out a lot. Obviously, Shroomish is not going to do too well because it is a grass type Pokemon. But we are taking it with us just because it's a solid Pokemon for the future. And just the fact that it already has 2 great setup moves in Stun Spore and Leech Seed. It's just too good to like leave behind, you know? And unlike the other grass type Pokemon, Shroomish evolves and inherits a great amount of attacking points. So even now you can see that attack is much higher than special attack. whereas in most cases it's the other way around with grass-type Pokemon. So yeah, we're not going to be keeping Mega Drain, I don't think. Of course, we are going to try to keep Stun Spore and Leech Seed as long as we can, but we're going to be replacing Tackle with like Sky Uppercut or Mach Punch or some type of fighting move. Some type of physical fighting move. But yeah, there's like a bunch of things you can do with Shroomish. That's just a couple of ideas for now. Zigzagoon, of course, is going to be our HM slave. You kind of need one of those in the older generations. Because in the later generations, they kind of work around the whole HM stuff. Electrike has Flash, which is also pretty useful. And Geodude also has an item, Soft Sand, which boosts ground-type moves. At the moment, it knows Magnitude, which is really cool because it gets a small boost from it. And then I gave Meryl the Quick Claw because I realized it has one of the slowest speed stats. So, 10% chance to go first is pretty useful. And we're going to keep the Quick Claw throughout our playthrough too, so great item. And Torchic with a Chesto Berry. I don't know why, but it just has one. Lonely Nature. And if you notice, in the top right there, it does have a ribbon, and that's because earlier in the previous episode, I believe we took on one of the facilities that you find in Slateport City. No, it wasn't Slateport City. It was... oh gosh. Let me show you guys. Bird and Turf. I always forget that name. But yeah, this little facility right here, we managed to win and get some ribbons. So that's pretty nice. We also got another... I don't know if we got a ribbon for it, but we also took on the facility in Slateport. That one is more kind of like the Battle Factory, where you get loner Pokemon instead of using your own. Really fun facility, especially early on. And I like that they added that to Emerald, because in Sapphire and Ruby, there's a contest hall there instead. The contest halls are cool, but they're not as cool in my opinion. However, I don't like the fact that there's 0 contest halls in Emerald. I wish they could have somehow still added them. I don't know how they would have done it, but yeah, we're advancing. We're moving along from Slateport, or not Slateport, Mauville City. And we're going to be advancing to, let me kind of show you guys our routes. So yeah, as you can see here, we're in Mauville City. We're going to be advancing north. Now, normally we'd, naturally we'd think that we'd go here because this is where the 4th gym is, right? So this is where we have to go ultimately. But there's going to be a little detour, some storyline stuff that's going to take us actually further north and to the left, where you can find the town of Fall Arbor Town. Fall Arbor. I don't know how you say that. But here, it's going to be a nice little town. There's some ashy grass there because I guess there's like volcanic ash. Really cool design for the area. But there's going to be a little cave over here called Meteor Falls, and some stuff's going to go down in this cave. So yeah, let's move along. Also, there's this building here, the trainer hall. We haven't taken on this facility yet, so we might do it at the end of this episode, maybe the next, who knows, but we will stop by to show off this building. For now, we're just going to try to advance. We found a cheeky little elixir. Those are always nice because I don't think you can purchase them, or at least I don't know where to purchase them. So anytime you find one, try to save them. do not sell them unless you really have to, or you're speed running or something. But I did want to save here because we're going to take on this family. They're going to reward us with like a nice little item that I want to get before we advance. So I figured why not just challenge them now and get it over with. I think we have to take on about like 5 of them in a row. So yeah. I guess it's 4 battles. Yeah, I think we could take them. So they're called the Winstraight family, and this is Winstraight Victor. I believe this is the dad. Okay, Zigzagoon versus Tailo. We're gonna sand attack just to be annoying. Okay, now we can headbutt. Headbutt does have the chance to flinch. The way that flinch works is that if you're faster and move first, and you use a move that can proc flinch, it kind of like rolls the dice for you. It gives you that chance for a flinch. If you're slower and you move second, you will never get a flinch. So that's something that I didn't always know. That's a pretty useful piece of information to know. So like right now, if I'm going for flinch, right? If I want flinch, I need to be sure that I'm faster. That way I even have a chance of getting flinch. Otherwise, the only other reason to go for headbutt would be for just raw damage. But yeah. Rock Smash is super effective, and it also lowers defense, which is really useful. But honestly, I think right now with headbutt, it's doing massive damage, so I think we're just gonna keep clicking that. Yeah, I don't know why headbutt's doing so much. That's crazy. So yeah, we beat the father, and out comes the mother. And in order to beat them, we kind of had to beat them in a row, kind of like with the Elite Four. Except here you don't have a chance to heal. Actually, like you have to beat them back to back. Unlike the Elite Four, you can heal and then advance. So I guess that's what makes this little challenge difficult. We got a nice little flinch, and we get the 2-hit KO. Which is good, because Rosalia is kind of annoying. You want to avoid being poisoned anytime you can. Okay, so that's the mother down. Now comes the daughter. And I guess she's the 3rd strongest, according to this family. Okay, out is, there's a Shroomish on the way. It does have the ability, I think it's called Contact Spore. Let's check real quick. Effect Spore. The description says it leaves spores on contact. Really what that means is when you make contact with Shroomish, you have the chance to either be poisoned, paralyzed, slept. So there's, I guess, I don't know if it's 10% chance, but maybe it's a higher percent chance than that. But any physical move that requires you to make contact with Shroomish, you're gonna proc that chance to be afflicted with some type of status affliction. So typically, to avoid that, I send out a Pokemon with a special attack. Something like Torchic works good. And this is a good strategy for a lot of Pokemon because Shroomish isn't the only one where when you make contact with it, it'll status afflict. You know, there's a lot of other Pokemon like that. I meant to click yes. Numel is actually, I think, fire and ground, so it's 4 times weak to water. It's the main reason we're not taking a Numel with us in our little playthrough. There's just too many water Pokemon, too many water moves. I always would rather take like Torkoal or something. So we beat the daughter, and now comes the final family member, which is the grandma. And she has a Meditite, which we cannot obtain in this game without trading or editing one in. We're gonna Sand Attack because just because we can. And Meditite knows things like Focus Punch, where if we can make it miss, that'd be like really good. This one knows High Jump Kick, and it didn't miss. High Jump Kick that deals a lot of damage, and it's super effective on Zigzagoon, so I'm not surprised it didn't live that. But now let's see if we can show off the effect spore. Meditite is a very physical Pokemon. Clearly it has physical type moves like High Jump Kick, so if we get hit by one, maybe I can show off like the Sleep, Poison, or Paralysis proc. For now, let's just Leech Seed it. Protects itself. Okay, yeah, so we didn't get that Paralysis, Poison, or Sleep, but we clicked Stun Spore anyways, so now it's paralyzed. At this point, I can Mega Drain or Tackle. I think it's 4 times resistant to Grass because it is fighting in Psychic. So Mega Drain doesn't really, I don't think it's going to deal a lot of damage, so let's do Tackle. Yeah, we might not live another hit, so we're gonna potion up. Let's see how much Mega Drain does. Oh, it's actually neutral. So yeah, and that's the grandma. We beat all 4 of them now, so they're gonna give us a little gift. Oh, but we have to go inside, I forgot. So if you go in and you talk to the grandma only, and she says that if we were to battle her grandson, we'd end up losing, so he's much stronger than any trainer our family knows. He must be challenging the Pokemon League champion by now. Knowing my grandson, he could be the champion already. Or I guess she doesn't give us the item. Maybe the mom does. Yeah, it's the mom. So yeah, we got the mantra brace. The mantra brace is pretty useful, but the game isn't very clear as to what it does. Let me show you. Let's go to the item. So a hold item that promotes growth but reduces speed. Well, like, what does growth mean, you know? Basically, like, when you equip this item to a Pokemon, you get double the EV points that you would get normally. A lot of people know this already, but yeah, basically when you want to customize a Pokemon's stats, when you really want to beef up only one stat, like for example attack or speed, throw on the mantra brace and then it doubles the EV points that you need in order to increase those stats. And it does have a drawback though, it makes your Pokemon slower, so that's something to consider. Oh nice, we got a little Meryl evolution in this stream. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely taking down Flannery now. Yes, now we got a Azumarill. Beefier, stronger, but basically the same. It's just very tanky. We keep the ability Huge Power, which raises attack. It's something very interesting about Azumarill. I don't know off the top of my head what other Pokemon shares this ability, but it's a really interesting one. I don't know if it doubles your attack stat, but just think about it. An ability that doubles your attack stat. That's crazy. Like, imagine this on a Machamp or Snorlax. So yeah, 29 times 2. So it's like 58 or something like that. But yeah, high special defense, high HP. Not to mention we have defense curl. Rollout is great coverage for bird Pokemon or anything that's flying type. So yeah. Let's see if we can evolve Electrak Actually, we'll skip this battle. Let's move along. I believe at this point we do have the item finder, which we're gonna register. I don't use the bike that often, but I do like to use the item finder a lot, so let's smash these rocks in advance. Okay, Geodude, we're just gonna run away because it's ground type. It's immune to like most of my attacks here. But yeah, that's also another great way to get a Geodude if you didn't get one in Granite Cave. So like if you're like, oh dang it, I forgot, you can just smash these rocks until you get one. And you can train it up in time for the 4th gym leader. Alright, so these guys over there, let's battle these guys because these guys are pretty interesting part of the game. They're going to be a recurring part of the game, and you're probably going to be battling these guys throughout your entire playthrough, so let's go ahead and show these guys off. We're fine with this, actually. Let's go. Actually, let me see. Let's put ourselves in a winning position here. Okay. So yeah, these guys are like reporters. Well, it's a reporter and her cameraman. They kind of just play the role of like paparazzi. they go around the region, kind of like reporting on all things Pokemon, Pokemon battles, trainers. But they move from spot to spot. So after we beat them here, they're gonna go to the next spot. Once we beat them there, they'll go to the next spot. I believe there's 3 different spots in total, and so they're on constant rotation. You can battle them over and over and over again, giving you a great way to like make or to farm XP. Basically, these guys are one of like the best ways to farm XP in the late game. Now it's not like an abundant amount of XP, but the fact that they're recurring and you can battle them over and over and over again makes them a good constant flow of XP. For right now though, their Pokemon are really weak, or low leveled I should say, so they're not gonna give us a lot of XP right now. But as you battle them over and over and over again, their Pokemon get stronger and stronger, therefore giving you more and more XP. So it's good to like battle these guys and do those rounds and get them over with, so that you have that there, or you have that option there when you want to train your Pokemon. Their interview, I guess, is a Pokemon battle. I don't know what sense that makes, but I don't think they're asking me any questions. We're gonna Howl to boost our attack, and then we'll Ember the Magnemite. Oh, but yeah, I kind of needed a little break, like I was talking about earlier, just because I can play a game for a long time, but I can't play it like over and over and over again. And now that I started like recording and streaming it, it's a little bit different, you know, rather than like chilling, hanging out, relaxing, playing Pokemon. It just gives it more of a like a work feel, you know, like, oh, I gotta get this episode out. So I don't know, I just kind of reminded myself that like the whole reason I started this series is just to find an excuse to play this game again, you know. I really like the game, and I have fun playing it. I can grind it for hours. I think I just had to remind myself that, you know, like I'm playing this just to like, one, yeah, it's like a challenge and I want to like record it and stuff, but also to play the game again, you know, and enjoy it. And I found out that I also kind of like explaining things here and there, because maybe not all of you guys know everything about this game, and I kind of know some things here and there, so like whatever I do know, I'm like trying to dump the knowledge to you guys. Hopefully you guys can appreciate that, even the ones who know stuff about this game. I know stuff about this game and I still watch people explain it like I'm 5, you know? I don't know what it is, but okay, after you beat these guys, they interview you. They tell you to keep it short and sweet. You can enter 1 word. And it's a little weird like entering text in this game. They're kind of like all preset words. So let's go to adjectives. Let's just go to awesome. So yeah, you'll see it. You'll actually be able to see it on a TV. Like if you're in any building that has a TV, you'll notice it flashing. It'll like flash, and you get a little bit of text, and it's basically their show, their interview, whatever they call it. She's like, Gabby here just had a battle with a hot trainer. But pretty cool little feature. I thought I'd find it pretty cool, and back in the day, and even now. So this says one of the indicators of a Pokemon's powerfulness is special attack. It stands for likewise special defense. Got him. Oh no, I messed that up. I figured out how to like manipulate the NPCs. Comment down below if you want to know my secret. I will teach it to you, guys. So you'll never have to battle another trainer that you don't want to. Trust me. Okay, Sandshrew, this is bad. We switch out. Let's go to Meryl. We do have a fainted Zigzagoon, so we'll see if we have a revive or not. Zoomer looks so cool. Like, I love the sprite. The back sprite. But yeah, man, how have you guys been? How's your... What's today? Today's Monday. How's your Monday going? If it's Tuesday, how's your Tuesday going? If you had work today, like, did it suck? Because I know I had, like, a day this week where work just sucked. And I was pissed at my boss, too, but I couldn't say nothing. Don't you guys hate that when, like, you're pissed at someone that you can't say anything to? Because you're at work or they're higher up. It's like, oh, they get away with like saying and treating you like a certain way. You could never get away with the same, you know? I think that's what really gets to me. Okay, so we have Numel. Let's capture it. Let's just capture it. We're not gonna use it much, but we need one. Let's go with Geodude. So yeah, like I said, Numel isn't a Pokemon we're probably gonna be using much. It is one that I used before because word got around back in the day. I didn't have internet or the phone, but word got around back in the day that Camerupt, which is the evolution of this Pokemon, learns a very special move called Eruption. And just the sound of that move, Eruption, made me want to train up a Camerupt just to get that move. So just a funny little story about the time I trained a Numel. But even then, with a move called Eruption, Camerupt just wasn't cutting it. Of course, it's a Magnus 10. Of course, it's a Mag 10. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just cover ground. That's the goal for this stream. Because I noticed that it's so easy to stream for an hour and a half, and like not have anything done in the game. So that's been kind of like my dilemma lately. I need to cover ground, so. Oh, wow. We get a critical hit that procs burn. That was a wicked ember. Let's go ahead and rock throw because I don't think this will kill. We could go for one more just to solidify the capture. Let's do it. Hopefully no proc and no miss. Okay, I meant to say hopefully no crit and no miss, which we did get. We are burned, so let's just slow down that bleeding. Let's go out with Torchic, because Torchic can get burned. Any fire type Pokemon cannot get burned, in case you didn't know. So by sending Torchic out, I'm like carefree. Nothing's gonna get burned. Now I could just focus on like capturing it. I should have like, ideally, I'd want to paralyze it or poison or sleep, but we're just gonna toss Pokeballs. And it says, a Numel stores boiling magma in the hump on its back. It is a hardy Pokemon that can transport a 220-pound load. It has served humans at work since long ago. Wow. It does kind of make sense though, because I guess this is a camel. It's like based off of a camel, which it doesn't really look like one. Even the evolution, yeah, okay, camera up does kind of look like a camel. Not gonna lie, but it's so short, and the neck. You know, camels' necks are so long. Torkoal does. No wait, Camerupt does not have a long neck. Very cool though to know that it's like a workload Pokemon. No wonder it's so slow and sluggish, but it can carry a lot. Okay, let's see if we can manipulate this one. Oh, I messed up on that one. Oh my goodness, I always do that. So anytime you run, like you ruin it. You have to like walk across. Let's Thunder Wave. Also, another thing that I noticed that's kind of funny, but kind of embarrassing. I don't know if I want to say this or not, but I noticed that like when I talk a lot, when I talk too much, I start to like jumble my words and I start to like stutter and stuff. And I think it's because like as I start to say something, I want to cram information, this and that. I need to do better at saying that what I need to say with less words, if that makes sense. I think it's like a speech thing. And I'm gonna be honest, I was never a good speech person. All my presentations, I was like this, stuttering, jumbling up my words, speaking too fast. It wasn't until I got to college where like I really tried to work on it. And I'm not gonna lie, there was like a class that was kind of teaching us like ways to improve our speech. And once I realized the things I was doing wrong and kind of like why I was doing them wrong, I was like, oh my god, I just gotta like shut up and talk less, say less, just think a little bit more. You know, I feel like a lot of the times I get too excited and I start to just say shit. Okay, so from here, we can either go right or left. Going right will take us to the Mount Chimney cable car. But I think it's blocked off at the moment. As you guys can see from here, I don't want to go up again because I don't want to battle this guy. But there are Team Magma members there. So we can't go right. So we'll go left. Let's see if I can finally trick this guy. Yes. So now we're in the Fiery Path. Very important location in the game of Pokemon Emerald. Very important little area because it does introduce some Pokemon that can only be found here. And it also has a couple of TMs that are very useful here. I don't think we can get them quite yet because we don't have the move Strength. But once we do get the move Strength, we'll come back here and make sure to pick up those items. For now, we can capture another Pokemon. Let's go ahead and try to do that. We get poisoned right away, man. Okay. We do have full heals, potions, super potions. I don't have a Pokemon that I can send out that is immune to poison things. Shroomish isn't immune. Sumeru's not immune. So I'm gonna send out my bulkiest option. Makes no sense to keep Electrike out right now. Of course, we just get poisoned right away, but that's okay. Let's go with full heal. Paralyze, nice. Let's damage it now. This next one can't be a critical hit or else we kill. That'll be really annoying. Not that annoying, but okay. Pretty annoying. Forgot to heal. And here we have Torkoal. Okay. So yeah, I would say, honestly, I want to say this is probably the best fire-type Pokemon that Hoenn introduces. I mean, you can find Vulpix here, you can find Slugma here, a Generation 2 Pokemon. But in terms of Gen 3, I think Torkoal takes the crown. I think. Obviously, besides Blaziken, right? I don't really count. I guess you should count Blaziken. Okay, Torkoal's the second best fire-type Pokemon that Hoenn introduces. There. Alright, let's try not to get burned. Let's try not to critical hit when we don't want to critical hit. Wow, what is up with this? We're just getting burned left and right. That's kinda suspicious. Let's just capture this. We're not playing around. We throw out a Great Ball. I feel like Great Ball has much higher percentage to capture something. Just as we say that, Torkoal pops out. Okay, well, let's just throw another one. Okay. So it's clear we have to damage it more. Let's go with rollout. If we kill, we kill. It is boosting defense though. We're capturing this, I don't care. Okay, so there it is. Down goes the Azumarill. We'll send someone else out. Okay, maybe we need to add a little status. Let's see if we have enough HP and enough time to throw out a Thunder Wave. Okay, we should be able to throw out a Thunder Wave now. Okay, now it's in the red zone and it's paralyzed. Can you stay in the Pokeball now, Torkoal? Let's see. It's only taking my whole team. And these are great balls that I'm throwing too. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Jeez. It battles using energy it gets from burning coal. When losing smoke from its nostrils, it lets off a sound that is similar to a locomotive's horn. Okay, let's see what we can heal and if we're able to advance. We got one full heal. Just pop that on Geodude. Any revives? Okay, well we got potions. Yeah, we're just gonna advance, guys. Oh yeah. We're gonna go until we can't go no more. Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can at least make it to the next town. There is somewhere to heal though. I forgot about that. There is somewhere to heal. I'll show you guys where. It's a nice little place. Okay, so we caught Torkoal. That's like 1 for 2 now. Actually, we're 2 for 3. Because we caught a Numel, we caught Torkoal. We missed out on the coughing though. We'll come back for that one. And here, this one's tough. We have to get them both not looking in my direction. No, that's not it. Right there. Okay, so open up the bag. From here. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys pay attention, you might be able to mimic my little trick there to get around people. I'm not gonna tell you guys the secret just yet, but you guys will find out eventually. It's real easy actually. You might already know it. But I forgot this guy is a trainer, so unfortunately we do have to battle this guy, but that's okay. Let's leech. We can stun spore to paralyze actually. And then from here, we just make a drain. I think if we tackle and make contact with an electric, we might get paralyzed as well. It does have an ability that paralyzes you upon contact. Super potion, that's so annoying. Such a troll. At least it's not a full restore from the rich guys. Okay, well, Wailmer is coming out. I'm actually good to stay in. And you're dang right, I'm gonna leech this. Splash lol. So yeah, Shroomish takes a little bit of setup, but it's worth the little time that you take to set up, really. You could just rush it, but why rush it when you can like solidify a W? And right now it's just a Whalmer, but in the future, that's kind of like our strategy before we evolve into the next evolution and learn more powerful moves, which we should be evolving pretty soon, I think. Makuhita's coming out. I could have paralyzed or leeched, but oh well. I'm just gonna peck this thing away. Alright, and so that battle's over with. Okay, up ahead we're gonna be running into somebody that gives us a TM, which is pretty interesting. I'll tell you guys more about it after we get it. Secret base. And we can make them on rocks, walls, trees. That's pretty cool. So yeah, they introduced secret bases in Generation 3. I honestly loved them. I wish there was more of like a multiplayer feature back in the day, or I don't know. But there actually was a way for you to go in and visit each other's secret bases, like if you connect through a link cable. And it was the coolest thing ever back in the day. This is our rest stop right here. This is where we're gonna heal up before we advance. Just because the next town is a little bit ways to go. And half of our team are fainted, so why not, you know? Oh yeah, and look at the TV, it's blaring. Let's see what's on it. In search of trainers. Hi, today I'm visiting an area near Route 111. We're trying to spot some up-and-coming new talent in the field. Today, we turn our lens on the trainer ATJ. There's something about this trainer that piqued our interest. Oh, is that how you spell that? Piqued? No way. I did not know that. The best way to determine how strong a trainer is, well, the fastest way is to battle. And so we began our investigation. That's how we ended up with blah 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 blah. Yeah, basically they just say that they got beat by us and that we're cool and that they gotta watch out for us because we're up and coming. So yeah, we're starting to build up a little name for ourselves. But thanks to this lady for offering a nice little rest spot. Our team is fully healed now, ready to go. So let's go back on to Zigzagoon. We have to train up Electrike to evolve. But also, I do want to prioritize certain Pokemon. Shroomish is not one of those priorities right now. Yeah, I would say this is our prioritization. Okay. We do have some more berries here. We got raspberries. I see what they did there. orange berries. We're taking all of these. And we might as well take these too. So we're actually going to be building a berry farm in the near future, one of the future episodes. The reason for the berry farm is that in order to get a Pokemon, we basically have to farm these berries. And it's the coolest thing ever. It's the most tedious thing ever to get this Pokemon. But the fact that Game Freak had us go through all of these hoops just to get this Pokemon is, I love it. I feel like that's what Game Freak is known for. They make us go through these mundane challenges, these mundane requirements to get these Pokemon. And it's like, what do I gotta do? But yeah, so let's go ahead and what was I doing? Mach Bike. We need a Mach Bike. So yeah, these little square holes in the wall is where we can build a base if we wanted to. But I wanted to come up here because there should be some items. Obviously a lot of holes in the walls, so you can build your bases here. A lot of different places to build them. There's no item respawn, so there's no hidden item in that area. Unless there's an actual Pokeball item there, I don't want to bother triggering this guy. Oh, thank you. So yeah, there's a lot of NPCs that give you berries. Once we get to our berry farm, we're gonna locate all of these NPCs that give us continuous berries by day. I think like every day they give you a certain berry. It's random, but it's really cool because you do have a chance to get like some really cool berries, really useful ones. Like one of the most useful berries off the top of my head is the Lumberry. It's probably a staple item in the Battle Frontier. Honestly, a Lumberry is good at any point of the game. Whether it's in the first gym leader, second gym leader, or the Battle Frontier. Just because the Lumberry gives you the classic, it kind of protects you from status affliction. Okay, so can I avoid this battle or no? Doesn't seem... Oh, yes I can. Outplayed. So yeah, Route 113. We're gonna meet some new interesting Pokemon in this route. It's one of my favorite routes. You can actually train here for EVs as well. So I do a lot of EV training here. It's one of my favorite little like vibey areas. You can see the little ash falling down. It's not snow, it's ash, which is really freaking cool, man. I love this so much. But we have to basically go through this little area to get to the next town. So hopefully we can get some encounters. Some items maybe. Excuse me. So Spinda, yeah, so basically this route was made for Spinda. It's like natural habitat. There's one other Pokemon that we can... Actually, two other Pokemon we can find here. The other two of which belong to the second generation Pokemon. I did not know that when I played this game, because remember, this was the first game that I ever played. When I played this game for the first time, I thought those two Pokemon were introduced in the third generation, but it's actually false. It's just that Generation 2 did a terrible job advertising and showing off those Pokemon that nobody knows them from Generation 2, you know? Everybody knows them from Generation 3. Let's see if we can capture this. Yes, that was nice and easy. So Spinda's a normal type Pokemon. Nothing too crazy about it. One interesting thing is that no two Spinda are the same. Like, you can capture 100 of them, right? And you look at every single one of them, they each have a different pattern on their forehead. So that's a cool thing that Game Freak did for Generation 3. Because that has never been done before, you know? Every Pokemon would have like the same design, same pattern on it 100 times over, no matter how many you caught. And then here comes Spinda with like different patterns on its head. Yeah, I just thought it was so cool that a company could program that in to have a different design every time. That's crazy. But yeah, we caught Spinda. Nice. We keep getting phone calls. We're a very busy person. Okay, no items. Let's avoid this battle here. That little flake on the ground, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to point to it with my mouse. This little thing here, that's someone hiding. And if you walk in front of it, you're going to trigger a battle. That's just teaching you how to register an item. We already know how to do that. I think this person is just on a spin cycle, but just in case they're not, we're gonna do our trick here because I don't want to battle right now. There's no item. Okay, we can advance. There is an item over here that is clearly visible. But remember, not all items are visible. Another ether. This one's a max ether. Definitely going to be saving this one. I always save them and like I end up never ever having to use them. But I'm just like so used to saving them and stockpiling them. Okay, we're getting nothing but Spindas. But let's see if we get any of the newer encounters. There is a house ahead, or there's a house a little bit ahead. We're gonna go into that house because there's an NPC in there that gives us a way to capture Ash from this grass. So it's cool that we can see our trail, right? Because we're walking through the grass. And the way it works when we get this item is that for every step that we take in this grass, we collect a flake or something like that. And when we have enough flakes, we come back here and I think he makes things for us. Oh, he makes flutes. He makes flutes using the material that we gather. And these flutes actually, you can give them to your Pokemon. They're held items, I believe, that can either cure sleep. They can do useful things like that. So it's definitely worth farming the material here in this grass. And if you're going to be doing any training here anyways, you're going to be collecting the flakes anyways. So make sure to stop by at this house and talk to this guy and do business with him because his flutes are actually pretty useful. Okay, so he makes glass with the volcanic ash. That makes sense. And he gives us a soot sack. And we collect soot and we put it in that sack. Once we've collected enough, we come to this guy and then he turns that soot into flutes. Glass workshop. Turning volcanic ash into glass items. This guy picked a perfect place for his shop. perfect placement. All right, let's advance. And here is a Slugma. Okay, so this is one of the Pokemon that I'm talking about that got 0 love in Generation 2. But here it is in Generation 3. It made a comeback. I love this Pokemon for some reason. I don't know why. You do get burned if you touch it, so I think I'm just gonna Ember it down just to avoid any burns. So yeah, Slugma evolves into a Pokemon called Magcargo. It's basically like a snail with a rock as its shell. Really cool design. It is rock and fire type though, so it's like 4 times weak to water, just like Magcargo. But I don't know, there's something about Magcargo over Camerupt that I really like. I don't think it has a cool move like Eruption, like the way that Camerupt does. But I think just the defensiveness of it that it gives you, the physical defense, because it is rock type, so it's a very interesting Pokemon that you can throw out when you know a physical attack is coming in, and maybe you can like deal a burn, like because the ability that it has, whenever you touch it, it does burn you, procs burn. So great defensive Pokemon if you can figure out a way to cover its weaknesses. Very cool description. All right. So we're close to Fall Arbor Town. That's the name of the next town. Fall Arbor. You can avoid those 2 guys by just running through really fast that way. Let's stop by the PC just to say that we've explored it. And actually, there's a very interesting person here at the PC system. Let's go talk to them. Yeah, so that's the person responsible for the PC system in this generation. And as soon as we go to their house and talk to them, she introduces herself. She gives us her name. And this text here will no longer say someone's PC. It'll actually say her name. I thought we were going to see it now, but we actually have to go speak to her at her house before we can see it. So let's go ahead and go do that. And we have to go that way anyways, because it is where our next story point is. Also, I guess we should talk about like a couple of different buildings and features of this town, Fall Arbor Town. A couple of cool things, of course, the PC and the Mart, 2 staple buildings that you need in almost every town. These come standard pretty much in every town. But the other thing is there's another facility here, and it's the Battle Tent Fall Arbor site. Now, in this facility, I don't quite remember the rules, but let's take a look at them. We can figure it out together. So let's go with the battle rules. Okay, 1 battle lasts only 3 turns. If it's not decided after 3 turns, it goes to judging. And then a Pokemon cannot be switched out until its battle's outcome is decided. Let's go with Body. Okay, yeah, so they basically rate your battle on a couple of different factors, like, for example, how much health you have left at the end of the battle, things like that. And this is that one dude in the sunglasses that keeps following us. Let's see what he has to say now. Yeah, he keeps teasing us. He keeps saying that, like, oh, he wants a hot, fiery trainer and that he somehow sees that in us. But then he's like, oh, actually, nah, you're not there yet. Okay, see, so yeah, this facility is basically mimics one of the facilities in the Battle Frontier where you don't actually have the choice to use your Pokemon's moves. Your Pokemon uses it themselves. Like the AI somehow decides what moves to use, depending on your Pokemon's nature, on its stats, matchups. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into the formula, but basically, your Pokemon are making their own decisions. That's the gist of it. And it's really annoying because sometimes it's as easy as clicking one move to take down a Pokemon, right? And your Pokemon just will not click that move for some reason. You know, like I said, for multiple reasons. Sometimes they just don't do what you want them to do, and it's very frustrating. So for those reasons, I don't particularly like this battle tent. And similarly, I don't like that battle facility in the Battle Frontier. I just, obviously, you know, like we have to get the gold medal there or silver medal there if you want to complete the game, but other than that, like I don't have any excitement or desire to play these to play this game mode, basically. It is interesting to see which natures though are optimal for that, because the natures play a big part of it. I think Sassy is one of the good natures to have because they're more likely to click attacking moves. But see, like, the game doesn't teach you that. You're like, how are you supposed to know that? The internet. The internet is how you know. So that's kind of why I don't like those sites. But yeah, this is the next following area. Well, before we advance, actually, my bad. That was the battle tent explained. Okay, that's the battle tent. Over here, we have the move tutor. Basically, this guy trades in heart scales. Heart scales is a material found in this game. You can find it on the ground, on some rocks. Pokemon like Zigzagoon have the pickup ability. Sometimes they can pick it up, I think. You can also use the move Thief on a Pokemon called Love Disc, and you have a certain percentage chance to basically steal that Pokemon's held item. And because Love Disc is the only Pokemon in this game that can carry that held item, Love Disc is a great way to farm these heart scales to then come to this guy and customize your Pokemon's moves. The only bad thing is that you don't find Love Disc until the very end of the game, I would say. So for now, heart scales are a very rare commodity. We may pick up one or two, but we don't have that many. So we're just going to try to stockpile them for now. We don't really have any reason to come to the move tutor yet, so we'll just leave that for now. And then this is the Fossil Maniac's house. This is an NPC that at the moment he's working on building a hole to go further into the cave. But because we haven't beaten the game yet, aka we haven't beaten the Elite Four yet, he's stuck there until we do. Once we beat the Elite Four, we can come back, and he ends up busting through and finding a whole cavern inside, introducing new Pokemon. So very, very important Pokemon actually. So we'll definitely be coming back to this area after the game, or after we beat the game. I believe there's an item here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a nugget here. So make sure to check that crater. And yeah, that's pretty much it for buildings and points of interests in this town. It's a really little town if you think about it. Not much going on here. But it's a really cool vibe. I love the volcanic vibe that it has to it. In these waters, it's important to note that in these waters, you can find a very specific water type Pokemon here. Very useful Pokemon, very interesting. It's this game's version of a Quagsire. It's like a dual water ground type. If you didn't pick Mudkip, this would be your next best option to have like the similar typing. However, the Pokemon that I'm talking about works completely different than what a Swampert would work like, you know, so Swampert is definitely the preferred water ground type, but there is a second option here that we'll be coming back to. Let's go ahead and talk to this mystery lady that invited us to her house. Might as well, since we're over here. Oh, and look, it's a Swablu. Oh, cool. So yeah, Swablu. Very cool Pokemon. It's one of the Dragon type Pokemon introduced in this generation. I'm pretty sure it's a Gen 3 Pokemon. We might end up using one just because we do want to breed one in the future. I'm going to be talking about that as we get closer to it, but you can do a cool little breeding trick with Swablu and another Pokemon where you can transfer a move over, and it's a great move to have. Definitely worth the time and effort that it takes to breed these two Pokemon to transfer that move over. And Swablu is one of the only Pokemon that learns this move. So, you know, we have to train it, I think, to at least level 40. Then it learns the move, right? It has to be male. We have to get it to level 40. It learns the move. We breed it with said Pokemon that we want to transfer the move to, and then we have a beast ready to take on like the Battle Frontier. And honestly, I just love egg moves. Egg moves are so cool in this game. Like, what do you mean this is the only way to get the move on this Pokemon? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it's very cool to know the insides and outs of like egg moves. It's cool to think that like in real life you're passing down certain genes, you know? Really cool concept that Pokemon has. Okay, so now we come this way. Not sure if there's an item up here, but let's check it out really quick. There is. Okay, we found a protein. I'm noticing there's another little area that, you know what, we're not gonna go to there yet. Let's actually, we're not gonna waste time going over there. We're just gonna advance. Yeah, here I think we have to battle at least this guy. So let's go ahead and do that. We are about an hour and 20 minutes into the stream. Shout out to you guys if you're following along. I try to make these somewhat informational so that you can have it in the background and like listen to it. Maybe, I don't know, but shout out to you guys if you're watching. This is pretty much how I play. I mean, there's nothing much different. I do grind for like, when it's about Pokemon, I have to play like at least an hour plus, if I'm into the game, you know? Because leveling up, training Pokemon, it takes so much time. You're gonna take an hour minimum to do something. I feel like. But yeah, we're chilling today. We have the time. Might as well stream for a little bit longer, you know? Now that we've defeated him, We can find a way around this NPC, I believe, by waiting for her to look away, opening the bag, and walking through. We're gonna do it one more time. I don't think she can turn this way now, so I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. There's a rock here, so there's either that opening for a secret base or there's an item. There is no item, so let's avoid this guy. I don't know if he's just stationary, but just as a precaution. Okay, so we made it to the cave entrance. Let's save. Some stuff's about to go down in here, so let's go in and see what's going on. Meteor falls, Rustboro City, through here. So actually, yeah, you can travel through this cave to go through Rustboro City. Let me show you guys real quick. That's something that I wanted to talk about too, but I didn't know that it literally tells you on the sign. So from up here, Fallerburg Town, we made our way to the entrance, right? Once we go through the cave, which I will be showing late in a later episode, we can go through the cave and actually make our way down and to Rustboro City. There's a cool little area in this little strip. Very important NPCs. I think one of the NPCs actually has one of those items that I'm talking about that can be stolen using the move Thief. And I think you can only battle that guy one time if I'm not mistaken. So I might have to do some research on that. But yeah, like I said, very cool little strip to explore here. But it's really neat that it takes you all up and all the way around to Rustboro City. So you can literally make a full circle. You know what I mean? And like, for example, in the beginning, this was blocked off, so you couldn't go this way. But once you beat the game, all these different paths open up for you, and I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature. Great way to design a map, I feel like. Okay, let's go in. Cool, I love this cave. It's one of my favorite caves. There's an item up here. A full heal, we'll take that. I believe there will be new Pokemon to be captured here. I do want to mention as well that there are Pokemon that we cannot capture in this game, but that do exist in this cave in another version of this game. So like in Sapphire and in Ruby, once you're in this cave you can find these Pokemon, but in Emerald for some reason they made them non-obtainable. The Pokemon that I'm talking about are Lunatone and Solrock, I believe. It's one or the other. But yeah, for those Pokemon that we cannot capture here because Emerald wants to be silly, we'll be editing those Pokemon in, and we'll be talking about those Pokemon in the next episode. So, so stay tuned for that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna miss a single Pokemon. We're gonna talk about all of them. So, Team Magma, what's going on here? With this meteorite, that thing in Mount Chimney Will. Oh, Archie comes in to save the day. Team Aqua and Team Magma? It's about to go down. They ran away. Yeah, they're scared. They're scared of Archie. So yeah, they're on the chase right now. They're on the chase. They're hunting down Team Magma members. Now, if you guys don't remember, earlier in Slateport City, we actually ran into Archie. But an interesting fact about this game... I'm sorry, I'm just like watching my audio. An interesting fact about the game is that in Emerald, for some reason, you battle Maxie, the Team Magma member, a lot more than you do Archie, the Team Aqua member. I don't know why that is. If someone can explain that to me, maybe there are some theories behind that. That'd be really cool. But yeah, in this game, you almost kind of feel like Archie's kind of a good guy. Or the other way around, actually. I forget which one, but they both really screw up in the near future. So honestly, both of them kind of suck. This is Cosmo, the professor. Of course they name him Cosmo. Such a clever name. Alright, so now basically we've opened up the pathway to go up the cable car. If you guys remember, those guys were blocking it. Also, cheeky little moonstone right here. Those Team Magma members were blocking it. Now we can go back and go up that cable car where more shit is about to go down. So we're gonna take that cable car all the way up, and like I said, it's about to go down. I'm just gonna explore down here just for a little bit, just to see if there's any more items that we can obtain as of right now. Let's spray a repel. So if you come down here, of course, you know, there's little puddles. Very cool. I think this is the only place you see this little design of a cliff, ledge, whatever it is. But yeah, as you can see, look, it takes you straight through. That wasn't difficult at all. And now I'm through the other side. Oh. I do not want to battle this guy. No, and it's Black Belt Knob. Well, actually, the good thing is, guys, I think we can re-battle this guy. So this is actually the guy that I'm talking about that has that held item. The held item in question is called the Black Belt. So the Black Belt actually increases your attack, I believe. Or maybe like boost fighting type moves. One or the other. But it's a great item to have, especially on something like Machop, which is, I think, the reason why his Machop and later on his Machoke, they hit like a truck. And I never realized that his Pokemon have that item, the Black Belt. But that's so cool that this one NPC has it. So yeah, he says, "You impress me. Give me a rematch after I redo my training." So luckily, we can re-battle this guy. Once we get the TM Thief, we can come back and we can steal that Black Belt. Which I have never done before, and I've played this game a million times. There's also some berries here to pick up. There is an item there to pick up, the Pokeball, but as soon as we jump this ledge, we have to go the long ways back around to Fallerburg. We're not going to do that. Or actually, we can get it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we can't get it. Or at least I don't want to get it right now. Ah, there's an item buried somewhere. Now it's pointing down this way. Now it's pointing back up here. To the left. Okay. A heart scale, nice. Just the item we were just talking about, this item. So yeah, that's kind of what you have to do to get heart scales until we can farm them off of love discs. So just goes to show how much of a precious resource that is. But anyways, let's go back to where we're supposed to go. Let's go back on track. To end this episode, we'll probably be getting to the area and then saving, talking a little bit about what's to come for the following episode, just because I don't want to keep dragging this one on so much. It is getting past the hour-and-a-half mark. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these an hour to an hour and a half, maybe. So let's see if we can get back without battling anybody. Nice. That was smooth. Alright, so let's go to the PC first, just to show you guys something. If we go to the PC... Oh, we forgot to talk to Flannery. Or not Flannery. Let's go talk to her real quick, because I want to do that now. I don't want to come back. But yeah, guys, we're at 9 episodes in. Still no shinies. No shinies have been found. Like I said, I was skeptical at the beginning of this project. I don't know if we'll ever come across one. We'll see. We are going to be spending a lot of time doing encounters, so we'll see if we can find one. This is the lady that we saw at the PC. Let's see what she wants. Lynette. Yeah, so she has so much clutter. She gives us a doll so that we don't make fun of her. And we find out her name, which is the real reason I came here, because now we go up, look at Lynette's house. So she's kind of a big deal here in Hoenn, kind of the way that Bill is in Kanto. And it's really cool that in, like, I think in the 4th generation, you find out a little bit of lore that I thought we had battled her. You kind of find out that they're all in communications with each other. So Lynette is in communication with Bill. Bill is in communication with another character from, I forget which game, but basically, yeah, they're the ones in charge of creating the PC system that allows us to store Pokemon, trade them, between friends and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I like that they keep the lore like across different games. I don't know how these newer Pokemon are doing it, like the newer games. I'd like to hope that they keep the same universe and the same lore, but you know, Game Freak probably does a lot of changes. It's kind of annoying that we don't have an electric attacking move yet, otherwise this would have been a lot easier. Maybe it learns one soon, maybe we can teach it one through TM. Also, can it evolve soon, please? Lombre. Okay, Lombre. We're going Zigzagoon. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've definitely progressed. We did miss some Pokemon here and there, but like I said, we'll go back and capture them. For now, I'm just kind of trying to cover ground in terms of story and being able to access more areas as well. Okay, so we talked to Lynette, and the cool thing is that now when we go back to the PC, like I was talking about earlier, it no longer says someone's, it says Lynette's. So Lynette's PC. Really cool. I'm pretty sure it's the same way with Bill and Kanto. But yeah, let's continue. Now we have to make our way back to... Oh, double team, nice. I thought that was a trainer, but it's not. We have to make our way back to the cable car. That's our next destination. So yeah, basically right now, Team Magma is on their bullshit. They want to use a meteor, which they took their asses all the way over to Fallerburg Town to get this meteor. And their goal is basically to erupt a volcano. Don't know if it's for more landmass or if it's to wake up Groudon, but for whatever reason, they think this is a good idea to take this meteor. And I think it is to awaken Groudon. Now that I think about it, let's actually do the trick. Oh, that's so annoying. I was trapped in there. There's nothing I could do. That's okay. Oh wow, this is the first time we see a Trapinch. Okay, that's cool. So this trainer has a Pokemon called Trapinch. It's a Pokemon we can't find yet because we haven't unlocked the area. But once we do, we're definitely going to capture one. It is one of my favorite Pokemon in this game. I know I say that for a lot, but this one's literally like in the intro scene, and it's one of those Pokemon that you see at the beginning of the game and you're like, I want that one. And I'll be showing you guys where you get it in the near future. So we're almost there. Not quite there, but we're almost there. I should buy more repels, man. I really should. Okay, Slugma, like I said, one of the 3 Pokemon found in this route. There's only one we haven't encountered yet, and we'll come back for it. And also keep note that we do have to go back for a coughing. We failed to capture one, so maybe on the way back we can capture one, but if not, it's okay. Alright, let's see what we can do. So yeah, about like 2, maybe 3 Pokemon that I can think of off the top of my head that we would need to go back to get. That's not too bad at all. Alright, so here we are, the cable car. Let's go up. Really cool little cutscene. What's really cool is that you do have a rare chance, a very rare chance, and people hunt for this. During that cutscene, there's a hiker, a very rare hiker, and I've never gotten that animation, but people claim to have gotten it. It is a thing, and it's very rare. So if you guys want to hunt for something special, then try hunting for that. Is all I have to say. So we're gonna save again. I know we just saved, but we're gonna save. So yeah, jagged path is downwards, which they're blocking right now. And it's also the way towards Laveridge Town. Laveridge Town being where the 4th gym leader is. So we're kind of heading back on track. But yeah, like I said, we had to take a little detour this episode and kind of deal with Team Magma stuff. I wish I had more time today, but in the next episode, I'm gonna have to show you guys the battle between us and Archie. No, not Archie, Maxie. So, yeah, as you can see right here, Archie's like battling 3 grunts. That's crazy. So he's tied up, and his grunts, that one is tied up. So it's up to us to kind of like carry on and stop Maxie from doing what he's doing. But like I said, we're going to leave it off in a cliffhanger because I am coming up on my time. Also, real quick, before we end the episode, let's go over our Pokedex entries just to update it because we do have to update our numbers. We're at 64 seen and 47 obtained. So let's go ahead and fix that. 64 seen and 47 captured. We're still working on our 4th gym badge. And yeah, that's where we're at. A quick little stroll down the Pokedex. Like, you know, we got some Pokemon that we could evolve. But for the most part, we've captured pretty much everything that we can encounter so far. The Pokemon that we do not have are the ones that we cannot encounter. So let's take a look at Machop, for example. Oh, okay, so he's actually found in the jagged path, literally the next route over. So we're almost there for him. Meditite, we can't get in this game. Yeah, we can get these 2. Nice. Illumis. Dodo's in the Safari Zone, I believe. Coughing. Okay, so Coughing's one of them. So yeah, like I said, guys, we pretty much have all of the Pokemon that we can encounter so far. We've been doing a good job at keeping up. That's why it's been taking so long, but like I said, that's the challenge. That's kind of how I want to play this one. And I like it. I like seeing all the different Pokemon in the box. There's all kinds already. There's like a whole box filled up. Which is pretty cool. I can't wait to see how much we can get. But like I said, guys, thank you for watching. This has been episode 9. I'll catch you guys next time for episode 10, where we take on Maxie. We make our way to the 4th gym leader. And we get our 4th badge. We also have to capture more Pokemon, so we got more Pokemon to talk about. Yeah, fun times. But alrighty, guys, I'm signing off. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.